Have you heard that the Denver airport is a...
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly where you're going with this.
It's like a demonic place. I don't even know what to say about it, honestly.
I always heard it was like a government research facility, and that there is all kinds of like conspiracy theories of like what that place really.
There's a lot of symbolism.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But it's also weird, like if you think about it, like there's parts of the airport that go up, like they're kind of like rocket silos.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right.
If you think,
and there is I mean, Denver is a rocket.
So
it's like a nuclear. I don't know. Like I thought that there was like a bunch of nuclear missiles in the mountains in Denver.
I have no idea.
Like right outside Denver.
You know, let me.
You don't know about this?
I don't think I passed that part.
Why did I know about this?
to get to work in the music industry.
Right. Yeah, well, you know,
Part of the MxPx application process. I don't think it was like, are there nukes in Denver? I don't remember filling out that far, man.
Yeah.
Studying where that.
So what are we going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about sports. Possibly the Rockies.
Yep.
Possibly the Dodgers.
You know what I just
possibly Dallas.
You know, I just found out before we just did that whole rated trip over here. Earlier today, I forgot I did this. Earlier today, I placed a parlay. And I placed a parlay in baseball. And I did the mark thing where I clicked a whole bunch of things. And then I linked, circled them. I clicked a whole bunch. But then because we were busy and I wasn't really paying attention, I decided to just kind of go, oh, I'm going to...
I fucking hit a weird button. Sorry. I turned the game off. Damn.
So I started looking around and I clicked a whole bunch of things that I wanted to. And then I saw that on Fanatics, I had a 50% profit boost. So I just put them all together and I maxed it out at $50. And I just realized right before like we got over here to this table, I just realized that the last leg of this 7-leg parlay is the Dodgers to win by 2 or more.
Oh.
And I win $835.94.
They just might.
That's quite nice.
It's top 3 and now the bases are loaded against them.
I don't know where the game is and how to get to it.
Okay, I'm gonna do that for you.
Yeah.
Top third. The Rockies are batting, the bases are loaded, and there's 1 out. So, like, this game is not over. Like, it's not a guarantee that I win that thing.
Right.
While we're doing this thing, we can...
All right, so...
What do I got left?
New episode of the podcast. Got Brad Blanco right over here.
Oh, hello.
Team MxPx. We got Tom Chichila, and we got myself. And we're watching a couple sports games. What are we watching? We're watching... the Dodgers game.
Oh,
hello.
I didn't know we were firing it off.
What? We don't got all night, brother. We don't got all night. Remember that conversation?
He's like, oh, hello. He's like he had to flip a switch or something.
Like when my wife answers a phone, she all of a sudden is very professional. I'm like, whoa.
I do the same thing.
You do that?
Like,
do you do that?
I never do. Ever.
You go, what is this? What's happening?
I'm like, what the fuck do you want? Like, Brad could be like, hey, man, I'm going to call you, and there's going to be 4 people on the phone, and we're going to do this deal. And my phone will ring, and it's Brad, and I'm like, what the fuck, man?
all right, guys, we're just going to keep this short.
Short and sweet.
And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to talk. You got anybody see the game? You know?
Speaking of the game, so we just need Zach Levine to score.
I think it's like...
So we're watching the Dallas Mavericks play the Sacramento Kings, NBA, and we bet on who?
Zach Levine.
Zach Levine.
And
I wonder if his buddies call him Sack Levine, because he does play for Sacramento. Get it? Sack Levine.
I don't think they do.
That'd be amazing. That'd be they're missing out on opportunity right here.
But they're down, so he's going to have to fire. But I think he needs like 15 more or something like that.
So can I just start by saying we had dinner tonight. Great spot.
Excellent dinner.
But Brad and I ordered the same thing, and they only gave us one, so we had to share,
We got hosed, but we shared dinner.
and it was great.
It was really
It
good.
was honestly it was like we saved money because
It was honestly some Lady in the Tramp shit, and I don't want to tell your wife or your girlfriend what that is.
late in the track.
Hey, we didn't have, there were no noodles.
There was no lips or noodles involved, sir.
I saw lips and bird.
Lips and noodles.
Lips and bird.
Birds, chickens don't have lips.
The bird was good though.
Though the bird has your lips.
Your lips. Oh, my leg. Okay.
The bird going in the lips.
There's good food though. The place is great. Restaurant's delicious, and the bartender's really nice. Even though he forgot.
Third got our dinner.
Yeah, a third of our dinner.
It's probably because he just looked and was like, two.
Two of us
Two guys
to go. You're obviously a couple.
Yeah, obviously.
He wasn't thinking thruple. He was thinking couple.
We had a glass of wine.
And we had two glasses.
Yeah, together.
Hold on, we're gonna update on the game.
Okay, all right.
Just said that there was one out in the top third, and the Rockies had the bases loaded. They just hit a grand fucking slam, and it's now 5-7.
So wait, Rockies did?
Rockies did a grand. Yeah.
Wow. No.
It is a game.
Wow. So let's talk about. We are going to get to music stuff, but first,
I don't
the
know.
Rockies strategy.
Because now that I need to ask, can we please talk about the Can we talk about the Rockies strategy?
The Dodgers need to win by 2 to win $835, and now it's 2. We have a sweat.
We're up by, of course.
We're up by 6, and now it's 2.
Well, now they're gonna be swinging.
So the only time I can really gamble is when I come out east into these states that allow online gambling.
Yes,
They don't allow it on the West Coast. You're not allowed, children.
you're not allowed. I cannot gamble legally in Oklahoma.
In the U.S. of A.,
can in
we are
Kansas.
treated like children. Rightly so, most of the time.
I don't know, unless you live in
But when it comes to gambling, I feel like I should be able to gamble whenever and however I want
I
with
feel
my
like,
own money.
I feel like you should be saying that to your state representatives.
That's way too much work.
Like the prisoner.
I would rather just do a podcast and you bitch
Just
about
put
it.
that in an angry facts and send
Yeah.
it to your state representative.
facts.
Angry facts. It's a new segment.
Yeah, it's a new ska band.
An angry worded facts.
Facts. Oh, you meant facts, like FAX.
Yeah.
Got you.
You can fire up the old.
What do you think you got?
Facts, like angry, like true things. Facts. Facts. FACTS.
facts first.
Everyone's listening, like you're repeating the same word over and over again. they don't hear the difference at all.
Mint. Is it mint? Mint.
So I'm sure some people are probably at this already where they don't listen to a podcast. They just ask AI to tell them what it was about.
Skip to the good part.
Can you, they put in the link in there? And
Not only have I not done that, I don't know a single person.
I have not done that either, just for the record. I'm just saying it's probably happened.
Oh.
And it probably will happen more and more. But I feel like the AI thing, it's been big for a while. It's still going to be big, but it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to like,
You got to be real smart to run the AI. From what I hear, it takes smart people to put the input into the AI to get the fascinating things out. Like anybody can use AI for Google to search for things.
sure, that's not the key.
Right. But
Like
stepping it
that's-
up and using it on,
It's all about how you prompt, what you input into it, and you get results out.
I ask it questions sometimes.
What do you ask?
How can I be cooler?
What does it say?
It says you can't.
You can't. Oh, God. Mirror, mirror on the wall.
You got to do better deals, man. I don't know. You can't. But it's interesting.
is in the eye of the beholder, Brad.
But the cool thing about is you can, if you're interested about something, is even using it on like a dumb level as just like a Google search, you can ask it questions and you can ask it to further things and narrow down on something. For example, if you're interested about, I don't know, say a certain sports team, it'll tell you like this sports team did this, do you want to know more? And you could be like, yeah. And then you can kind of find those weird stats or those weird things that you are searching for to satisfy yourself. But you don't really, there's no real roadmap how to get there. You just it's kind of like going down a YouTube rabbit hole. You eventually find yourself somewhere where you either like what you're seeing or you don't like what you're seeing. And it's funny because if you don't like what you're reading, you can just give it different inputs to get the desired result, right? You can manipulate it
Yeah.
to some extent, right?
Man, people get real worked up over AI. Like, there's a lot of like division, I guess.
Especially with like art, like creative
Especially with art. It's like they're ripping off artists' ideas and I could say the same thing about music. You can say same thing about movies. Like you can input like a movie style. I mean, but you can all here's something that's interesting is like there's AI that's very prominent and very obvious, but then there's AI that's like around us every day that we don't even see. And an example of that for me would be like on Final Cut Pro on my computer. I use that to edit a lot of videos, and you can just like you can choose a cinema, or you can do this on CapCut as well, but you can choose a picture of like from a movie. So it's a frame from a movie and it's got a color palette and a style and a vibe. You put that, upload that into your editor, and it will change whatever you're working on to that style. So like that color profile. So like an easy way to describe it would be like on the Matrix, everything's real green. Mm-hmm. Like that's a style that everybody really likes to emulate. And now you can just use AI by like uploading your example photo,
Get stylized.
something from the Matrix or something, right? The movie, put that, and then now your video looks like the Matrix, and that's AI. And we're not. I think it's AI. I don't know. It's something. It's
AI has been around for a really, really long time. In some things, Atlanta rapper. Yeah, well, I think. Sorry.
Autocorrect.
Yeah.
what's like autocorrect,
Remember like the little
auto tune.
paperclip dude, like Microsoft Word or whatever. That was like, what do you want to do? And you're like, I don't know, format this for me. Like that were early uses of AI, and people. I mean, I never thought of it that way. You know, I never thought that little paperclip guy. Oh my God,
Colorado
we got a ball
knocking on the door, 6 to 7.
Sorry for all that shit I talked on the Colorado Rockies bullpen.
Yeah, the strategy's working for Colorado right now.
That is insane.
They must have made a deal with the devil.
That is insane.
I'm fascinated by how bad the Colorado Rockies bullpen is. And this is something I just learned about, 2 days ago? Yesterday? I'm just fascinated by it.
They are
But they've got some batters apparently.
today. Today, hey, they got a game on their hands today. Like it's not anybody can win that game. Like once it's a one score game.
Stephen A. Smith on the TV.
Our boy.
Yeah, dude, our dude. For Prez. Otis, let's go.
Gosh, that guy annoys the hell out of me. But apparently he works really hard.
He works real hard.
Yeah, apparently he prepares more than everybody, and is like he has an ego about it, of course. But like apparently he's like
He's like a Seinfeld.
Well, he does know his shit.
Seinfeld is like a kind of guy that would like go over his stand-up routine in the mirror.
He definitely is. Stephen A. Smith is definitely one of those people.
So like if he's like, oh, I got a good zing for this guy coming up, and he'll like practice it. All right, when he brings up this, I gotta say this.
Yeah.
You know what? I have the intention of doing that, but I never actually do that. You know, like I'm just like I'm off the cuff.
Maybe it'll be that.
Maybe I should. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a set list. That's not the same thing.
That changes.
I mean, we're gonna go here.
Guidelines.
Yeah, it is, right?
You know what I mean?
Stay within the params.
That's like, well, that's what we say in Goldfinger is like, don't get too comfortable with the set list because it's gonna change, or the crew. But well, I mean, and that's not a slag. It's just John will change. He'll call audibles and he'll like have the best intentions. Okay, we're gonna do this new song, and then he'll get scared about it. Like nobody's gonna like it. All right, we're not doing it.
No,
right.
you're right.
And then he'll just move on to the next one, or if it's like if it's a punk song and he feels ska, he'll do a ska song instead, or vice versa. Maybe he'll do a punk song instead of a ska song. He's like, okay, this crowd needs to get riled up.
Which is great if everybody knows
All the songs.
Yeah. Well, you mean the actual band?
There was
The band knows the songs. That's right.
this reminds me of back in like
Sorry, I shouldn't be touching the table.
this is well before we where we worked with Goldfinger, but like I was with Mike still, and they did Chicago one time. They went and played Chicago, and it was I want to say it was on September 11th or something like that.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
John just was like, we're playing like this song called The Innocent, which is like the song he wrote for Sepultura. But like he didn't tell everybody in the band, and Mike's like, it was the first time I ever heard a song is when it came out of his mouth. I remember, I'm never going to forget that story. Like you were like, I was like, oh, that's a good one. You should learn that one. He's like, I should now.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's like, I just had to look over and thankfully someone else knew it. And I just followed.
I watched that song. Slid in. It happens. Feel like making love. That was one that I kind of just learned on the fly. It's a cover song.
I definitely heard this.
Feel like making love. So we're recording this on an iPhone. So if you hear like slaps and weird noise, it's because it's just on the table.
It's me slapping it.
It's me. I was hitting the table earlier, but just chilling. So we got Goldfinger shows coming up.
I was do we
Yeah, this is coming out this Monday, so it'll be what?
they got shows in Quebec.
April something.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, they do. Shows in Quebec? They do.
Warp Tour.
Warp Tour, Long Beach.
Warp Tour Long Beach. Just one? Is that it?
One.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna learn Feel Like Making Love and a few others. Can I shout out to Andy
Why? Oh,
for being a Seahawks fan? Our front of house guy Andy Alonso,
and forgive me.
Seahawks fan.
The problem is we can't tell this whole story because the end of the story we can't put on a podcast.
So
If we're giving front of house shout outs, I got to shout out Dylan because we were just talking about it.
shout out Dylan Goldfinger.
What a dog.
Thanks for making us sound good.
Dude, every time I mention your name to Dylan, he gets so excited.
I love Dylan. That guy's great.
You guys have the same reaction when either of you get your name mentioned to each other. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of adorable.
Yeah.
So
Do you?
I want to go throw grenades into a hole with that guy one of these days.
Joe, wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, he said that him and his buddies like to go out into the desert and take live grenades. And like some guys will go out and just go shooting, you know? They'll take live grenades and throw them into a hole.
Nice. See you
tomorrow. Good night.
Yeah, it's funny.
He'll take live grenades and throw them into a hole.
That is insane.
Yeah. And I want to go do that with him. He says they have night vision goggles.
Yeah, it's something Brock should say on our podcast. I throw live grenades.
No, you can buy them. Like it's legit. You know what I mean?
It's legit in Nevada.
Yeah, it's legit. Like he just like they go out there. He's got like a sick night vision like setup, and those go out there like with the cannons, like fire in the hole. You know?
My God.
Yeah, sounds cool, doesn't it?
That is something
That would be cool.
I would like to watch from afar. I would not like to be the one.
So Dylan, you and me soon we have a date in the desert with live grenades.
Oh my God.
Who's jumping on the grenade? You or Dylan?
I think they're both
Dylan.
They're both running the other way.
Dylan.
That's what's happening.
No, if I know Dylan, he's definitely jumping on it.
Yeah, Dylan would jump on the grenade. I would jump on the grenade for Dylan. We love each other.
Anyway, shout out crew. Love y'all.
Love the crew. Seahawks fans. Andy.
Hey, I mean,
I'm a low key.
we take it. We're like I think Seattle Seahawks fans people that become fans outside Seattle. It's because it's almost like we're the outcasts of the NFL in a way. Even when we do well, people don't like us. Even when we do well, people think we're thugs, and we're like, no,
you guys have
we're
cool
the
fans?
winning. Definitely not. No, I'm kidding. I mean, me, I'm a fan.
Because some teams, like, you know, are known for like not having
That's like the Raiders.
fans.
The Raiders.
Like Philly teams where they like torch their whole
Philly, terrible. Worst fans in Philly. Sorry, Tony.
Sorry, Tony.
You're part of it.
Tony doesn't like anything Philly sports except for the Philadelphia Union. He's one of those people.
The football team, yeah, or football.
Yeah,
game.
it's soccer.
So, yeah. You didn't.
They get pissed off if you call it soccer.
Well,
It doesn't matter. With it.
we literally call it Major League Soccer.
It's soccer. I played soccer as a kid, by the way. I played soccer, wrestling. I think that basketball. I played basketball 1 year.
right.
I was a little short, so I made a 3-pointer though. Didn't count as a 3-pointer.
You've ever referred to yourself as short before?
Well, short for a basketball player.
we've always
Like I'm not 6'3" and up.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm just saying like
Not even close.
I mean, either. Yeah,
I mean I'm close to 6 foot. I'm almost there, but
Yeah, a couple
I don't
inches
consider
above-
I don't consider myself basketball height.
no, none of us are.
I'm like Charles Barkley.
Oh, You're Charles Herrera.
Charles. Charlie Arthur.
It's so funny.
My dog's name is Charlie Herrera, which is kind of funny you say that because I have a dog named Charlie. So you call your dog whatever their name is in your last name. Charles Herrera. It's a girl. It's a girl dog.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be Charles if it was a girl dog.
Well, we call it Charlie. We don't call it Charles.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's a great Charles.
Charles. Charles.
What would happen if you get back and you're like, "What's up, Charles?
What's up, Charles?
But she'd be like, "That's not her name." That's what she would say.
Be like, what do you think Charlie stands for? Charles. Does.
Yeah. Good luck with that conversation.
Charles Brown.
It's gonna end really great. I love setting people up with conversations like that with their significant others.
Ask her this. Ask her this. What's the best thing to ask? What do you like? What would be something I should ask Holly when I get home? Besides the Charlie thing.
The problem with that conversation is I have you do it too many times. Where like you'll say something and I'll be like, "Do me a favor tomorrow. Just repeat what we just said to Holly." She says, I do it all the time.
Let's test the waters
All
here.
the time.
Yeah.
See how much she's listening right now. Like,
What? Shush. Like, get away from me.
Yeah. She's listening. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. Like, see if is she listening to this podcast? Probably not, but
No chance.
probably not, to be honest.
No chance.
You know what? Probably.
I think it'd be a little weird if she did, to be honest with you. I want to be so involved in his life that I'm going to listen to his podcast after talking to him all the day. No.
Yeah.
No way.
She's probably like, I don't want more of this.
Yeah.
I want less of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No moss.
Man.
That bullpen is so bad.
It is. The only issue is going back to it that apparently so the Dodgers, because they can't let's see, it's still 7-6, top of the fourth now.
Wow.
That's two. They gave up 2 home runs. One was a grand slam. It was 7-1 in the first inning, and it's 6-7.
Anthony Davis trying to be a star.
Look, anybody who is a Dodgers fan knows the pain of that game, because that's the Dodgers. It's like, oh, we should win in a landslide. It should be 14-2. You know what I mean? Right now, instead it's 7-6. And it's like, oh, we could easily lose this game.
Would change up the series, in the post game, thinking you're going to annihilate a team, and then they start clawing it back.
Yeah.
I think Sacramento could still win this game.
Yeah. There's no time.
It all depends on if it becomes the Anthony Davis show, which he just hit that shot and got fouled, so it probably is about to be. But this is what we were talking about before the game started. We're talking about how, like, the first game he showed up in Dallas, they were blowing out the other team, and then he got hurt. And like, this team might be really good. We just haven't seen them.
Right.
Like, they're not.
Like somebody saw something in Anthony that we don't really pay attention to.
He's one of the best players in the league.
Yeah, but he was playing with LeBron. He was playing, he's playing on the Lakers. He was kind of like second fiddle, right? So now he can shine.
Well, the other problem, though, is like now he's playing on a team full of people who can defend. So, like, when you're playing,
He doesn't have to do it all himself. Is that what you're saying?
well, he would always take like 2 people at once on the Lakers, and the Lakers were a terrible defense. They all couldn't play defense together. But here, it's everybody can defend, and so they might be a lockdown defensive team with him on the floor like this, and we just haven't been able to see it yet. But look, no matter what, the Luka trade was stupid.
Yeah.
So let's not sit here and say like, okay, the Dallas Mavericks gonna be fine. Like, absolutely not. But like, the idea that they might be terrible because of it, I think is a little absurd. Like, they might actually be a really good team, but I still think you'd rather have a superstar like Luka, who can get you a bucket at any time.
I do like how he has 2 different colored shoes on. I think that's cool.
How did he miss it?
AD? Yeah, I see it.
Did you guys ever do that? I think back in the day with Converse.
I honestly didn't notice. Called Chucks. I honestly didn't notice until you said it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And now it's distracting.
It's like, it looks like his feet are lighting up as he's running.
Yeah, it looks like those. Remember those when we were kids, the the LA Lights shoes. But it's like light up as you walked. Like that's what they remind me of.
We should call this podcast like something like Watch Along. NBA Watch Along.
Oh my gosh.
We are watching basketball.
I love watching basketball.
So, Set a Fire.
So what about Set of Fire?
This is a thing that happens randomly, and it's like, what? And it's when you have a song out that you own, you wrote, people can just claim ownership of it. And that just happened with Set a Fire.
By the way, this is why I don't tell Mike anything. This is like a normal Tuesday, man.
And it happens all the time. But
All the fucking time.
But I'm just like, I know this happens, but like, man, it makes me so mad to hear this stuff.
It's strange.
Somebody just claims ownership that they wrote and released and
I don't even know. But see, here's the problem. It happens like because you can, in the way you these things show up and can be claimed. Like, yes, that is all true. You know, you electronically sign a whole bunch of shit. But to be honest with you, I think most is done by automation. And so
Do you think it was AI?
yeah, fine. I do, no, but I do. I think it's way more likely because we've talked about this throughout like the last day and a half. Like I always kind of look at things kind of giving the benefit of the doubt to whoever because it helps me just operate in the world. Like I doubt highly that someone was like, I'm gonna go claim this song that says artist MxPx song whatever like as my own. Like it's less. It's
not that.
It's way more likely that there is something similar, you know, with like Set a Fire or Fires or something like that. And like their little automation device just swooped them all up because they were there, you know what I mean? And they were unclaimed and they just, and then do it. And that's why they have the whole dispute process because like it'll easily come back, you know, it's not like, and then the back royalties because it's caught early. So it's like,
But if you don't do anything, if you don't catch it, they keep it.
dude, I'm telling you, but that's the world today. Like the world today is like there's fraud everywhere. People are claiming things that they shouldn't be claiming all the fucking time.
And that's almost like a business model.
It literally is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a business model to sue people. There's a business model to steal things. And then, you know, a certain amount of people won't be able to get it back from you.
Yeah, but this is why we were talking earlier about maybe it was you. Maybe it wasn't in front of him. Shit. But it was.
You're going to talk about it on the podcast. I guess.
But it's why we talked about how the way the world was for independent, like we are independent and we do everything on our own. It's why the world might not be smart to operate.
You need a big brother.
Because you basically need to be the one automating and claiming other people's shit. Like, and to do that, you need the power and the company behind you to do that. And then they're like, oh, it happens all the time. Oh, we'll give it back. Bye. You know what I mean?
See, that happens all the time argument is wild to me. That the fact that somebody can just like randomly claim something, automated or not, and there's no like, oh, hey man, like prove it.
That's not yours.
Yeah. That just is so absurd.
It's because of how many. Think about when we talked about was it yesterday, 2 days ago? I don't know. We were talking about how people are making AI songs and the amount that are
Yeah, they're just so many songs coming into
all those
streaming
things. So let's just say you make a whole bunch of AI songs. Well, then everywhere else that there could be royalties claimed. Now, though, there's a new song, if you will, or work is what they call it, populating wherever. And so now, if you're having that many songs uploaded to Spotify, you have that many songs upload like that are going to populate everywhere. And so, if you're doing that much, people are going to automate this because they're going to be like, "Well, I have to claim all these things," you know. So it's like that. The thing is, you could see where if it was one person that had to prove everything, then there'd be someone else to check that, and it's just too much.
Too much.
Is way too much, and especially when most things aren't worth anything.
So they figure
here's the problem with
they're going to
hip-hop.
get most of it right, and then everybody else can dispute.
But it matters what, because like think about it. If it was like Taylor Swift, like no one's claiming that Taylor Swift thing. Like there's no chance in fucking okay, try. Tick. All right. There's no way. It's just gonna be like,
Mike
oh,
version.
wait, this is already claimed. You know, like my point is, like the real money ones are claimed. Like in this case, we're right in the middle.
But that's also a business strategy, probably.
Well, that's my point here is that like we're right on the cusp. Like it's probably like I would say in back royalties, it's probably going to be somewhere around like $8,000 to $10,000, and it will show up in a couple months to us on the back royalties. But like that's probably right on the edge because most people would love to make an extra 10 grand. Be like, fuck yeah, look at this, we didn't even fucking get you, you know. And at the end of the day, for us, it's like another drop in the bucket. And yet, like, yes, we want it. Yes, that is going to be needed when we start being busy and need the cash flow. But my point is, like, it's just right there where it could fall under the radar. Because if someone's not going to do it, it's not enough money that you want to actually attack somebody over. Right. But at the end of the day, it's also not nothing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean,
It's almost the principle
it
of
would add up if more than one people were taking your stuff.
the situation also, you know, to make sure you can own and claim what you actually should own and claim.
Yeah, I don't want to get into the process of how many bands I've claimed back things from major labels that have claimed their shit when they actually are the ones that owned it.
Yeah,
that was a process, you know. And I've succeeded in every single one, with the exception of 2 Screeching Weasel songs that I don't think I ever told Ben about.
Just didn't work out.
What about enough?
what about the,
I'll take ownership of that one.
What about when we have songs on, you know, have most bands have songs on Instagram or on social media where you can tag them on your posts. Like anybody can tag them on your post, but then they disappeared for a while. Like some songs by MxPx disappeared for a while.
That's just because it was a publishing issue. Like you need to
Renew contracts.
pretty much. And so
It's so weird that
but one of the things that's changed is like all these places like Instagram, so Meta, because Meta owns Instagram.
Yeah.
Meta was a place that just added music to Instagram without any licenses, without anything. It was all just violations.
they'll just figure it out later kind of thing.
But most of these tech companies, that's what they did. And then eventually over the pandemic time frame is when it all started to change. And so they're like, oh, well, we don't have any of these agreements. And then you go back to us. And what did I just say? Like we fired BMG years ago. I think we got rid of BMG in like 2017. Like you signed that BMG deal, which was Bug Music back then, 2000, and we fired them in, I want to say it's either 16 or 17. And our intention was to go to, at the time, I think it was Wixen Music. And then I was like, fuck this, we ain't doing that. We've been doing it ourselves ever since. No offense to Wixen. Actually, he doesn't work there anymore, so I don't think he would give a shit if I said that. But but
Yeah, well, like with Bug and stuff, like they always start out like, hey, we're gonna like pitch you to movies and get you into, and they probably did get us on some things, but like it didn't change my life, right? Like we're just, you know, it's just another thing that happens. It's not bad. It's just it's not, nothing is the holy grail. It's just it's a piece of the puzzle.
well, you need a group of people who are working it together, and they're just one piece of that puzzle. They're not the person that's going to go do it all and make money off of this for you.
Yeah.
And that's what people always think. It's like, oh, I got this person that's taken care of, and this is not that way. You got to do it all.
But there has to be a momentum really happening in your whole team.
Yeah. So where was I right before we got there though?
Back to the royalties, BMG, Bug Music.
Yeah. So anyway, with Meta, so we got rid of BMG. So BMG would have taken care of this. They would have been like, all right, well, now that Meta needs these documents, would have blah, 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 blah. But like all of ours, they were through us. And so we never, like, it wasn't like someone from Meta was like knocking on our door being like, hey, we need you to sign these papers so that you can have your songs on Instagram. Like no one did. And then once we found out that they were down, we found out why, it came to this is like the part of the world that's changed. We couldn't go to Meta and go, hey, what do you need from us? Because Meta's like, oh, there's like these 6 companies that do this for us. And it's like, oh, so now we have to pay a middleman part of our money so that our songs can be on Meta. And that is how the world works today. So that's why I'm saying, like, you can't, as an independent, you can't do it as much. And then we fixed that problem through our PRO, actually. So we got rid of ASCAP and we're with All Track these days. And All Track has, they administer mechanicals and a whole bunch of things for a bunch of bands. And even though they weren't doing that for us, they had to connect to Meta, and that guy loves you, literally. I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Yeah,
he's a fan, and he just was like, yeah, we'll take care of it, and they did. And so but the funny part is, I can't finish that sentence. He took care of it.
Okay.
I got you, buddy.
Job well done.
I got you, buddy.
Job well done. Yeah, so I mean, there's always like a story to anything that happens that's usually.
The longest.
Why would anybody know
Yeah,
the
the,
real
long,
story?
the long and short of it is, if you're busy doing your actual job, the world changes around you. Yeah, like that's how I being independent is really, really hard. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah, because you're like you're doing the work of what it is you do. So us, it's like, you know, new songs, shows, whatever, make people happy, right? Eating lots of food. Because we're, I know it's random, but we're,
It's like, what? Where do we go with this?
Love eating food. I got lots to comment on this.
I say that only because we always have a family dinner before every show weekend. So it's like part of our job.
Yes. Yes. It's really funny though. Like the amount of, every year, like I'll wake up on like a Monday and I'll like on Sunday night or something like that before I do like the planning call or whatever. I'll jot down all these things and I'll do the planning call. And half the time I don't even get to work until 2:30 in the morning, you know, where I finish like a little bit of work stuff to what's going in the next day. I wake up going, all right, here's my list of things. And then the next thing I know, it's like, I'm trying to solve that meta problem. I'm trying to whatever. And I'm like, I never get to my job. I never get to my job. Yeah. I mean, and then people are like, wait, why not? And then the minute they try, they're like, yeah, man, just take as long as you want.
Yeah.
Like, oh, is it going to take more? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Every time someone's like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm like, welcome to my life. This is why everyone's going crazy. That's why everyone's going fucking crazy. So there's no easy way, but that's it.
Yeah.
You know, we have ideas of how to navigate it, but that's really
So yeah, until you implement an idea, you have no idea if it'll work. So you have to really, you know, continually be creative to come up with solutions to things, and you just gotta, like, you have to try different things. You have to try.
Yeah, pretty much. And then you have to be aware of like, well, where is there revenue to be made and where isn't there revenue to be made?
Right, like we're spending your time wisely. Where you go hunting or not to hunt.
Yeah.
Because if you're hunting in the wrong place, you spend all week there.
I spend all day working on some edit that I never use.
See, half the
Like,
time.
dude,
No,
it was crazy.
Because we can't give people specifics on this, but how much time? But I'd be like, hey, he'll just read an email to me. I'm like, I don't want you to ever respond to that person. And Brad is like, say no more. You know what I mean? It's not because I want to be a dick. It's because that is going to waste so much time and not benefit anybody in our circle. And then someone's gonna be, hey, why aren't we doing this? And you're like, really? Do you really want to know? And then you just kind of unload on them.
Yeah.
You're like, here's why.
But they're like, oh yeah, take as much time as you.
So let's go back to that. Or the best part is like, or what happens in that moment is what both your wife and your mom told me the other day when we were looking into this like accounting thing, and I talked to both of them separately, and they were like, you know, he kind of said this. They talk about the accountant. They go, but you know, he talks really fast. So we just kind of say, yeah. And then I talked to your mom and she's like, you know, he might've said that to me, but he talks really fast. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Like, call this guy.
Slow him down. How fast is this guy?
Yeah. I'll talk really fast and give him a toast with no medicine.
Yeah.
See if he gets it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just funny. Like the whole, like that's the world though.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, you're constantly like, okay, this is the expert, but that's like, wait, but I don't know if that's right. Oh shit!
Are they the expert?
Is he just the expert because he talks really fast?
Is it just because his sign says he's the expert?
Dude, I think about that all the time when I do my job. I'm like, I'm the expert. People are gonna okay, and then people start talking, and I'm like, no, but then blah 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 blah, and they're like, okay, he knows more than I do. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
How did I get here? Already here? What? This is not okay. This is not okay. So, but yes, there's a like Brad came up to me today on work related, and we were talking about a deal that we had done, and I was like, all right, how do we play both sides of this deal? Like, you know, like that's our job.
Yeah.
It's like we got to come out on top of this one.
Yeah.
Let me know. We got to stack the deck, man.
Yeah.
We got to stack the deck.
Stacking the deck is the best, man. Like, why
Can
not?
we invite all these people to come hang out with us?
Dude, we know how to throw a party. And if we can get all the ops in the room like that together, if there's anybody that can do it, we can do that.
There was one
Without a pollster conference.
I will not. Oh, I was about to go there. There was one specific story. I'm not mentioning him by name, but there was one where Mark showed up. Like he showed up to one of our gigs, and I was like, hey Mark, I want you to be the person that goes and gets me all these like videos, you know, like while you're having fun out there, because you're out there, let's put you to work. And he was like, all right, so he keeps doing it. And every time he sent me a video, I was like, I like that one. Send it to this guy. Send it. And he was like, all right. And then by like the third one, the guy started getting mad at him, and he was like, Mark's texting me, he's like, hey, he's getting kind of mad. I'm like, cool. Do another one. Send him another one.
Sending it.
And then Mark's like, dude, he's really upset. He's like, I don't know what to try to get out of me. You're in a competitor's room. And you're making me really angry. And I was like, cool, send him 3 more.
Yeah. So he wakes up and there's just 12 videos.
Mark was like, I hate working with you guys.
Give me a challenge.
So can you tell everybody what you're talking about, or is that too touchy?
Well,
A little bit.
We the basis of that particular story was that we were doing a deal with somebody, and then we ended up finished the deal with his competitor. You know what I mean? Like he was just like, I'm not doing what you guys want, and so someone else did it. And so we went and did it, and we sold all the tickets or whatever. And so I then was like, Mark's like, oh, you know what? Like, you know, we go way back or whatever. I'm like, cool. I want you, and I just was like, send him all the videos of what he missed out on, and he just got more and more and more and more mad.
And then the phone.
And then
Should've bought this one.
Yeah, and then Brad's just like, God damn.
I've got to talk to that guy in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Look, it's like, I definitely know how to sell. There's the funny thing about this business is like, yes, he would have been frustrated there, but the truth of the matter is, he wants
It after he really thinks about it.
he wants it, but also he's also going to realize that like we really were big dicks.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's not me being a dick. It's just being like, all right, this is business, buddy. Yeah. And by the way, you were also invited to come hang out with us on our dime.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't matter. It wasn't your show. But you're the one that chose not to because you called it a competitor. Like, that's
Be cranky.
the fuck, man.
Yeah. You'll
Come
hang
hang
out.
out. Yeah. Be cranky. Come hang out and then tell us you want to do the next one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
We know how to have fun.
Good times. I love it.
We know how to have fun with.
Let's wrap it up. What else you guys want to say?
Dude, shout out to Dylan. Number 2.
2 shout-outs. Love Dylan. Dude, Andy's definitely going to be jealous. I got to say shout out to Andy one more time.
Andy got fired today.
Not by me.
Andy got fired today.
I rehired him.
Hold on. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Right just now.
No.
Okay, go ahead. Finish your point.
Fucking finish, man.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Everyone wants to hear the artist speak all the time. It's like they come here for that or something. So
Let the guest speak.
So Andy got fired and then immediately after redeemed himself with a joke that I cannot repeat.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't roast me. Somebody in our circle.
great.
Yeah, that was quick. And I told him that was good. You're rehired for that. So he's back. He's back. He's back. Oh, let's check the Dodger score before we get out.
Yeah, we'll end everybody with the Dodgers
If
score.
they're down, because remember, I'm sweating out. Like, was that 830? 830? What was it? Something like that.
It's still the same?
No, California.
Oh, here's a reprint.
Still the same.
It's still the same. All right.
7-6 in the bottom of the 5th.
This is the April 16th game, right? Is it the 16th?
I need the Dodgers to win by 2 or more. So I need a run somewhere.
I already won.
You did.
And then how are we doing on this Dallas
Let's check.
Sacramento game?
What's the score over there?
89 to 68. 70. 89 to 70.
Oh man, Anthony Davis is going nuts. Levine needs 10 points. That's doable.
Yeah, because it's third quarter, 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, that's actually very doable. All right.
And since they're behind, they'll be shooting. All right. Good luck out there, everybody. Social D, when's that tour? Summer tour?
Yeah.
They're getting something through Oklahoma City.
Which what? Social D? We talking about. All right, this is where Social D's going on tour.
I only mentioned that because
Lester Jake's going on tour.
Lester Jake this summer.
Oh yeah. Oh, the FOMO. Uncle Bad. I've been roasting Brad all week long about. We got like Social D's playing this room. I want to play this room. Social D's playing. He's just like,
Nah, I don't even know who books that.
yeah. Anyway, so what is it? Social D. Go see Social D.
Yeah.
Snouts tour. Go see Less Than Jake. They're going on tour this summer. Go see
Aquabats, they're all friends.
Aquabats are going on tour. They're our friends.
Okay.
Not that are they our friends? Are they on tour? Okay, good.
Bowling for Soup, right? For Soup's headlining Wembley.
That's at the end of the year.
Yeah, that's
right.
cool.
Pretty amazing.
So I got that for them. Punk in the Park.
Oh, you're saying we got that for them?
We did that. I did not mean that. That is a claimant thing. Just an invoice.
I'm gonna go. I'm actually seeing Bowling for Soup in Texas.
I watched
this weekend.
the movie Draft Day last night. It was like the Kevin Costner movie, and at the very end, like so the whole arc goes. I'm not gonna ruin the movie. The whole arc goes and it goes full circle. All works out in their favor. At the very end, the owner is getting congratulated, and the owner does nothing. The GM does it all, and he's just like, they're like, very good job on the way this draft went, and he just goes, he's like, I can't take all that credit, but I will. That's me. I can't take the credit on Bowling for Soup, and you guys, all of us, with Bowling for Soup playing Wembley, but we will.
Absolutely.
But we will. You know what I mean? What else we got? Punk in the Park. People go see Punk in the Park. Yeah, go to the park.
There's San Francisco.
Goldfinger.
They just announced a Boston run.
Goldfinger.
You know, Alistair's coming back, I think.
They're gonna rip some gigs.
Yeah.
MxPx will be back. Don't worry. I'm working on some new songs.
Who?
So what's the over under on NoFx coming back? By the way,
I think it's highly likely.
within 3 years or
2028. 2029.
it is 2025 now. So you think within 2028?
2028. Yeah.
To be honest with
I
you,
think it's going to be a little longer, but
I just
within 5 years.
I just think it's whenever he gets really bored and just it's
got to be already.
Just wants to rip a gig. Just what like really is like I just want to do that thing. And like I think first you're gonna get the like there's gonna be a small band, you know, and goes and plays a bunch of shows. You know what I mean? And he's gonna be out there. He's gonna feel it, and then one day just be like, could do one more, and then one more is gonna turn into two more. More is gonna turn into three.
We didn't technically go to Brazil.
Yeah.
Got to go to Brazil.
And then we got to do America again because we did Brazil.
Yeah, we got to go back. I can't end in Brazil. Got to end in LA.
And if that's what happens, good for them. Yeah, good for them.
Good for them.
And if it doesn't, cool.
I mean, so many of our friends have got. I mean, like Yellow Card got back together two times at least by now.
Yeah.
Amber Lynn.
That new record coming.
Their singer quit, and they're back together again.
I hear their singer is doing some dates with them.
He comes out and does stuff, but he just doesn't tour.
Yeah,
and I have.
look, honestly, if any of I don't get
Dude, I wish always the best for all of
If
them.
they break up and say they're never playing again, I hope they all get back together and get bigger checks. I honestly hope that. I don't care. I truly, I'm like, good for them. I don't.
You know why I won't do that? Because I'm more concerned about the OCD vibe of having no break in the years that we were a band. It's like an OCD thing. Like I want a clean.
Yeah, but my entire point is I also believe that like you can believe that what you just said.
Right.
I fully believe that and go like this
And then still end up breaking up.
and then change your mind anytime you want. So if NoFx are like yeah, we meant it, we're never quitting again. And if Fat Mike and then everyone agrees, like decides like, yeah, let's do it again. Like I'd be like, yeah, that's totally is right. Like who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
Like, but if he doesn't, then good for him. I don't, you know.
Yeah.
Fugazi hasn't played another show. Minor Threat hasn't played another show.
It seems like they're gonna.
So
because
maybe
Ian's everywhere right now.
Yeah.
Ian McKnight was just doing some spoken word thing with like I want to say it was maybe
we heard
Kevin Seconds.
what did we hear that like Op Ivy was never going to play another show and they've been taking offers.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna
I'm not
happen.
saying it's gonna.
Jesse's
That like they've definitely looked into it. I'm not saying that it's happening. I'm saying that they've looked into it.
Yeah.
Bands do that and then nothing happens.
Sure.
I'm sure Ian McKay's had people look into all the other shit and then it's not happened. So
like make sure there's a basketball
doesn't
hoop on
matter.
the stage, please.
yeah, it's their choice. That's all my point.
We've seen that video, I'm sure.
My point is it's their choice. If they want to do it, good for them. So over under when NoFx? I don't know, probably it's been 6 months since they've been gone. Since you've been gone. I'd say 3 or 4 years. So
Yeah,
if
within 5 years.
they're reporting the over under 5 years, under.
I think under.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to everyone.
Is that Op Ivy's logo on someone's website? Yeah. I don't know. Oh god.
What does that mean?
I don't even want to know.
Okay, Blink 182.
Yeah.
It seems like when people run in as you ran into Travis when you did that gig with them, And like, he was like super sweet the whole time. Then he's called you randomly with Courtney one day.
Yeah.
Like, can you meet my friend? I was on the phone with Mike and he just goes, hold on, I gotta call you back. And then he calls me back maybe like 20 minutes later. He's like, Travis Barker just FaceTimed me with Kourtney Kardashian and asked me to meet their friend. Like, just like there
was like a huge fan of MxPx.
Oh, wild.
Yeah, they're at the dinner and he was just like, hey man, what's up? He's like, hey, got a fan here. Like my point is like they're all cool. It's just, they're just ridiculously famous, and it's just like every time you run into them, they've been nice. It's
I saw Travis at the Whole Foods in Oklahoma City because he doesn't fly anywhere. Takes a bus.
yeah,
Right.
I don't think that's true anymore.
And
I think he does now and again now, but he hates it still.
this was a while ago.
But when he was on my podcast, he said he didn't fly anymore.
I went to Whole Foods like late before they closed, like 8:45, and there's a tour bus parked out front. And as I was walking in, this dude and like I think he has like 2 little kids with him were walking out, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit! Like, what is he doing here?" You know, because I don't think they had a gig. You know, like maybe just passing through. But I was just like, "Oh,
That is wild.
yeah, that's strange."
That's crazy.
Didn't bother him, didn't punish him, just noticed from afar.
But you had like the experience, Mike, of going from your hometown to jumping around like in a van and like the strangers knowing who you were. You know what I mean? You had that thing. Imagine if like you just couldn't like think about like what you did today. You know, like when you went to Starbucks and got coffee, for instance, and you got like 3 coffees. Imagine if you like walked in there and like all the soccer moms that walked in were like, "Holy shit!" You know what I mean? Like you couldn't even.
It was like that for a while after Fixer Upper.
Yeah, well, I actually made that joke today.
My guy can't go to Home Depot without getting worn out.
That's so funny that you said that because I was like, Brad, how great would it be if that mom just goes, "Holy shit, are you the fixer-upper guy?" I said that.
That happens in Texas. It happens like when we go to the silos in Waco, I will get recognized almost every time. Be like,
Well, imagine if it's that on crack though. Like,
Yeah.
Like it probably happens. It happens enough where it's sometimes annoying, but it's also
not annoying.
but it's also like great.
Yeah, Travis Barker was walking out of Whole Foods by himself at night, and the only other person in the parking lot was like, "Oh, I know who that is."
right? Yeah. What a coincidence! Oh, but everybody else knows too.
That is pretty funny. I don't know. I know we won. We fucking won. It's crazy. That's those bands though. Like man, talk about institutions.
Yeah,
Like this is cool.
It's like our generation's institutions.
There's a clip I saw recently that was Billy Joe Armstrong was like MxPx, a fucking great band. It was like from like 2000. I wonder if he still knows MxPx. Has to.
Oh, well, he forgot all of a sudden.
I don't know. He's pretty famous and done a lot of drugs. Maybe he doesn't know who he is. Maybe all he knows to do is play guitar and rock at this point.
He's got big hair right now. Like really big hair. It looks kind of like a old lady kind of vibe. Oh, you know, like old ladies have short but big hair. Like, yeah, Beetlejuicy, yeah.
the hair doesn't grow like normal hair anymore; it just gets
It just gets big and round.
My favorite thing is when I go on like Instagram or Facebook and it's just those reels. My favorite things are the ones when it's like a Billy Joe Armstrong bringing a fan up to the crowd and something rad happens. Like the person's always crying, they're always freaking out, and then the person doesn't choke, and you just watch like this like just light bulb go off, and they have the moment of their lives, and he legitimately. Like, I don't know if he was always like this or whatever, but you could just tell that at this point in his career, he loses his mind, like Billy Joe, every time it happens. Like, I can't believe this fucking shit's happening. You know what I mean? And he just like, he's legitimately happy for them. And then they always do at the end of the show, they always do the time of your life thing.
Yeah.
And when the band comes out, if it's ever a time of your life thing and the fan's there, like they all take part in the photo with like this fan, and it's just like, man,
that's cool.
it's like they've kind of just, I don't know, it seems like in their older age they probably still have the ego at some points, but they like have these like legitimate happy bursts that you just can't fake, you know. So I love those Green Day reels. I'd play you Blink-182 ones too, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But the Green Day ones are always like, fuck.
They're more heartwarming.
Yeah, they are.
Foo Fighters have some good stuff like that too. They call people up and have them perform with them, and fans and stuff, and people are like losing their minds. You know, you remember cool.
Dallas after self-titled. Like I got that tweet. You got tweeted at us. You're gonna remember this when I start talking about it. We played Canton Hall, which is now the factory studio, the studio at the factory, whatever.
Right. Bomb Factory.
So, no, but we
Next
played,
to it.
Yeah.
Used to be Deep Ellum Live.
Yes.
That's where we that's where I first saw my wife and met her. Deep Ellum Live.
Interesting. So
Anyway, go ahead.
we played Canton Hall.
It's random.
And this was back in like 2018. And we got this tweet like maybe the day before or something like that. That was like, can my son come play with you or whatever? And I remember I told Mike, and Mike goes, oh, I responded to it. And I was like, why? This is way before I started telling him to stop doing this shit. And so he was like, oh yeah, he's like this kid's, coming to sound check or something like that, And so this kid comes to sound check. He's like 13 years old. And the tweet was, my son knows all your new songs. That's why you responded. It wasn't my son wants to play Chick Nez. My son knows all your new songs. And so at soundcheck that night, like you guys were, he's going to play all of it. That's his favorite songs off that record. So the record had come out maybe 2 months before. And so they practice and the kid nails it. And so for context, Tom gave him his guitar. It's not Chris. Tom gives him his guitar. So he's now Tom on stage. And which I always thought was interesting. So anyway, come to the show, it comes to the showtime, and you're like, hey, we have this guest coming up here, and Tom gives this kid his guitar. This kid goes fucking ape shit. Ape shit. Stole the goddamn show. And like Mike's like singing, he's like, holy crap. It's like Tom when he was 19 years old, but this 13-year-old just went fucking nuts all around, and the crowd ate it up, man. Like, so when that stuff actually works, it's cool. And no one knew he was going to do it. No one knew this 13-year-old kid could actually jump around and play and like live up the moment. And he did.
His name was Micah.
Yeah.
Micah. Yeah, still is.
You didn't change it?
I'm sure he hasn't changed it yet.
That's a great one. That was one of those videos. I was like, we got to find that video. Someone has those videos.
Yeah, I have. I'm sure I have one.
I don't think we had a video guy back then. So
maybe I don't know.
That was back in the days, but like before video. Like video was around, but we were mainly like photo based on purpose. So we'll have like photos of it for sure, but will we have the actual videos? I don't know.
True.
Yeah, it was after
somebody has a video.
It was after COVID where it was intentional. It was like, no, we were no longer doing photos. We're going straight to video. Where we were like, everybody does clips, you know what I mean? They clip together like the best parts of their show, look how wild it is, look at our crazy thing. And I was like, I want a live clip because this is a better live band than everybody else. So I wanted it to just be no edits, live clip. Just wanted, no doctoring. And that was the whole idea. And we got better at it at the time. Woo-hoo! Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're closing it up. Thanks, y'all. MxPx.com. Remember that.
All right, bye.
Merch, vinyl.
Oh yeah,
hats.
MxPx is coming. Yeah, we are doing shit.
We got some stuff coming up.
It's coming.
Stay tuned. Start liking our things as we post them. I know we've been chill lately, but it's happening. All right, thanks for everybody listening. Shout out to Bob McKnight, producing, editing,
What's up, Bob?
being an all-around great guy.
Bob, he's no longer a normie.
No longer a normie. Why does that mean? Why?
That's what you called him last time.
Oh, sorry, brother.
Cool ass Bob.
No longer a normie. All right, peace.